passed away from their injuries. These brave West Virginians lost their lives in service of their country. President Trump condemning the act, writing on Truth Social, the animal that shot the 2 National Guardsmen is also severely wounded, but regardless will pay a very steep price. God bless our great National Guard and all of our military and law enforcement. These are truly great people. I, as President of the United States, and everyone associated with the office of the presidency, am with you. D.C. police confirming that a suspect is in custody. The president is now in Florida at his Mar-a-Lago estate, while the White House is in lockdown. And FBI Director Kash Patel says the FBI is engaged in assisting with the investigation. Fox News correspondent Mark Meredith is on the scene, and he joins us now. Mark, what's the update?
Just hit pause, bro. Oh.
He was fired just 3 weeks before he was set to retire.
And now he's becoming an industry whistleblower.
Joey, good afternoon. A tragedy unfolding right here on the streets of D.C., as you mentioned, just a few blocks away from the White House. The latest news coming from the governor of West Virginia, the commander-in-chief of the West Virginia National Guard, confirming that 2 of his service members have been killed on the streets of Washington, D.C. This attack happening a few minutes before 3 p.m. this afternoon outside of the Farragut West Metro Station. That's one of the more popular stations here in D.C., 3 different train lines that run through. This was also an attack that appeared to happen just outside of the station. I was hearing from a source who had a good vantage point from this, where you could see that those service members were simply right outside of a bus station. It was like a glass enclosure in addition to where the actual train station is, and that's where it appears those gunshots occurred. The suspect also in custody. No update yet on his condition, but you can imagine here the tremendous loss that the entire city of D.C. as well as our neighbors in West Virginia are also facing right now. Where this attack occurred is also very important because of the symbolic of it. We're just so close to the White House. The National Guard deployments have been a huge moment for the Trump administration. They've made it their mission to try to clean up the crime in D.C., and there's been a lot of political controversy, Joey, with that decision. But these troops have been out on the streets now for several months, and in addition to that, we have seen them come and go from different states, different deployments that have sent their troops. I live in D.C., and I've seen them even as recently as Sunday evening. I even thanked them as I was going back to my house to say thank you for your service, because it is a thankless job, and so many of these National Guards members have been out there on a holiday weekend, nights, weekends, away from their families. And there had been some criticism from some that they felt that this wasn't an accurate deployment, but these people were obviously targeted here, and there's an indication that this was somebody that wanted to send a message. That we know that the president, vice president, all top levels of the government have been responding to this in real time. And while it is a holiday weekend, Joey, I've seen a number of law enforcement agencies, ATF, FBI, Secret Service, D.C. Police, Metro Transit Police, you name them, they've been out here trying to respond to this. We are expecting an update from D.C. Police within the next few minutes or so. Mayor Bowser, our D.C.'s Democratic mayor, who just announced yesterday she's not even going to seek another term, would also likely have plenty to say about this, because this is going to have repercussions all across not only the district but around the country. In fact, I'm struck by how much this is already becoming an international story, because we are only a block away from the White House. You've got international media out here that are also trying to piece together exactly what happened. Vice President Vance already addressing the situation while he was in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I would imagine the president will have more to say on this. I don't think he has any public events on his schedule today, but he's been active on Truth Social. I also heard from somebody who was on the ground that Kash Patel, the FBI director, had also stopped by. I did not see that with my own eyes, but I would imagine at any news conference he would make his presence known as well. Joey?
Yeah, Mark, you're there on the ground. I just heard you say that you feel like this is seems to be very targeted, and someone might have been trying to send a message. Have you spoken to people on the ground, witnesses, or someone involved that has confirmed that? Is that a hunch? Where are you coming from with that?
No, absolutely. We are still waiting for the official word to come from D.C., but given that we're hearing from the top law enforcement officials as well as the president himself, if it were to be just a random D.C. street crime, I'm not sure we would see necessarily such a staunch response for there. In terms of witnesses, yes, I have spoken to witnesses who came out here after they saw the aftermath of it, people that basically saw people running away from the scene. These people were curious as to, Joey, what was happening in real time. Yes, the official motive, what that'll be up to law enforcement to announce, but you have to, of course, take into consideration of where we are standing 2 blocks away from the White House, who these people were. They were in their uniform. I saw from a source, from a photo that was sent to me, that these people absolutely had their uniform on, and on the back of one of the victims had the National Guard in big white lettering and a black sign. So these people absolutely would have stood out. They weren't plain clothes. These people were certainly known to make their presence here. We'd imagine at some point we're going to be seeing, Joey, a lot of reflection about what their mission was, what can be done to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. And you're right, Joey, motive, a huge part of the equation at this point. We'll wait for DC Police to give us the final word on that on this Thanksgiving Eve. Joey?
Absolutely, yeah. We look forward to that press conference, hopefully within the next few minutes. Mark, thanks for being there, and stay safe. All right, we're going to bring in Paul Morrow now, Fox News contributor, retired NYPD inspector. Paul, thanks for staying on with us. I know you've been on already today. You just heard Mark's report there. He kind of went so far as to say he believes this was targeted and maybe even sending a message, not necessarily assigning a motive, but saying it's kind of almost impossible not to be. What's your take, and are you hearing anything?
So let's try to advance the story a little bit at this point. Obviously, as you said, the atmospheric seemed to be something that was message-driven. Why does that matter? Because if law enforcement does determine that, and that's, I'm sure, why the FBI is heavily involved here, aside from the fact that all of Washington is federal jurisdiction, then what's going to happen is the FBI is going to take the case over, and this is going to go into the terrorism realm. This is a little different from the terrorism charges you normally see. Why? Because it's on federal grounds. Well, all of Washington is federal. And what that does is admit certain federal charges that have the T word, terrorism, in it. If you can establish that motive. What is the motive? To either intimidate or influence a civilian population, or to move the policy of the government. So now, by now, I am sure that they have identified the shooter, and they are going to be scraping backwards here. First of all, to make sure, did he act alone? And then to see what is the motive and where do we go from here?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. We're looking at something that's happened so close to the White House. We've got National Guard there. I actually got a text from someone involved in Secret Service that apparently responded really quickly and was a part of that. So obviously that shows just how close to the White House it was. It's not lost on me. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I was sitting here last New Year's Day hosting Fox and Friends, seeing an attack on people in New Orleans. How much of a heightened awareness do we have going into a holiday with so much traffic and confusion and opportunity for people to slip through the cracks, I guess?
Yeah, it's a good point. And you know what? It does happen. It seems like every year in New York that we've had a number of these. They don't, thankfully, rise to this level, but you do get threats around the holidays very, very often. And it's just one of these things that it's an emotional time of the year. It seems to set people off. But also the cities are flooded with people who do things that are, of course, part of our American tradition. Come in to see the tree, come in to see the lights, to do the shopping, and unfortunately that makes for a target-rich environment. So we would always get, doing counterterrorism here in New York for years, we would always get threats around the holidays, things that were related to the holidays, things that were related to holiday events. And at this point, look, we don't know for sure. But the fact that this happens within the penumbra of the holidays, that also feels like something of an indicator. So we'll just have to see, is there a motive that's apparent? Is there a manifesto? Is there stuff online? They're going to be looking at all of this, and they're getting their arms around it now. By now, I would think the FBI is probably very close, if not already asserting jurisdiction, because you need one person in charge here. That's key. There's a lot of agencies in D.C. They're all running around bouncing into each other. Get one person in charge and run this thing.
Yeah, Paul, that's my next question here. So you have experience in counterterrorism, working in the city that really helped invent counterterrorism post 9/11. I mean, the levers that New York City can pull are unlike any other city. But Washington, D.C. is the capital of our country. The federal government is, by and large, located there. I know that post 9/11, a lot of the concerns and complaints were that these different agencies didn't talk to each other. And it seems like when we have a school shooting or any type of major incident, we learn after the fact this person was on some sort of medication, or there was this marker, this red flag. as we move into this, looking at DC specifically, what agencies are there? I mean, if they have this person's name, can they backfill with all that information now and start gathering it almost instantaneously? Is it that there's information on people sitting there and you just need an instant like this to bring it to the top?
Yes, the short answer is yes. You know, we spend a lot of time beating up on our federal agencies and law enforcement, but I can tell you that all of them are going to answer the bell on this. This is such an horrific thing that there are people all over the area in D.C. who have decided, the heck with Thanksgiving, I'm going in. And they are scrambling to do exactly what you're talking about. And you have so many agencies involved here. Capitol Police, for instance, they do a lot of prophylactic work as well, scraping the internet, looking for, in fact, their head of analysis used to work for me. He's a very, very competent guy. So they have a guy like that down there who's going to be dumping his computers, getting his analysts in to scrape backwards. They I'm sure by now, if not identified or close to identifying this person, the FBI is going to be doing the same, Homeland's going to be doing the same, and Parks Police are an underappreciated agency. In fact, the Federal Parks Police, which have jurisdiction all over D.C., they're a very visible presence down there. And it was Parks Police Aviation which rode to the rescue here and attempted to airlift the two wounded to the hospital. So I just got that information in. So all of these agencies, trust me when I tell you, they're going to be pulling together, but it has to be organized. And that's a key so that we get the good answers fast.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not getting any good news on the two individuals that their lives were taken, that were murdered today. But hopefully, we get some more information on the motive and who this is, and hopefully making sure there isn't some sort of threat still out there.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Test.
Director, we're here to brief you on the tragic events.
Yeah. Yes. We back in the building with another podcast vlog, and this is RDP, aka Rado Podcast. I'm your host, Han 5000, and this is my vlog edition where I like to just come in here and chop up topics and just give y'all what's going on. Current news: Chicken P indicted today in Ohio for some wild shit. 2 National Guard members were shot and killed in DC today. Breaking news: those servicemen did not survive. DC gonna be on fire. I pray for my brothers and sisters out that way. They gonna go bananas. And also, a beautiful young queen was attacked by a Morehouse student in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. A Clark Atlanta student was attacked by a Morehouse student. And what happened in that situation, I'm gonna break it down. It's crazy. It's crazy. Please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything I say can and will be used against you on the internet. And like I said, the definition of a journalist is somebody to do crazy research and then come up and with these topics so they won't be wrong. I am an unorthodox journalist. That means I give my own fucking opinion, dog. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. We're going to get into this news fresh out of DC. Fresh news press, started from the top. Please, man, share this video. I don't know why they ain't sending my notifications out, but share this video. Share this video. If y'all in there, please like, share, comment, donate to the channel, do whatever you got to do, man. I really appreciate y'all for tapping in. I don't care if it's 3 people or 30,000 people. I kind of give y'all good content. Let's go.
Brief you on the tragic events that happened today at approximately 2:15 local time in Washington, D.C., where 2 of our brave members of the National Guard and Department of War were brazenly attacked in a horrendous act of violence. They were shot. They're in critical condition. As you can see behind me, we have assembled the full force of both the federal and state and local law enforcement agencies to bring bear all of our resources to make sure we find the perpetrators responsible for this heinous act. And make no mistake, they will be brought to justice. Since this is an assault on a federal law enforcement officer, this will be treated at the federal level as an assault on a federal law enforcement officer. The FBI will lead out on that mission with our interagency partners, to include the Department of Homeland Security, Secret Service, ATF, DEA. And we're thankful for the mayor's assistance in this matter, the Metropolitan Police Department and their skills in investigating homicides and gun shootings in this city is exceptional. We will work together collaboratively because this is a matter of national security, because it's a matter of pride. President Trump has been informed. We've been in contact with the White House. We will shortchange the American public with no resources to make sure we find and safeguard our nation's capital right here in Washington, D.C., and bring anyone responsible for this heinous act of violence to justice. I would lastly like to add to the American public and the world, please send your prayers to those brave warriors who are in critical condition and their families. They are here serving our country. They are here protecting everyday Americans and citizens around the world in our nation's capital. They are the heroes of this day, and we must remember them on this day and every day, and their families and the sacrifice they have made. I will now turn it over to Chief Carroll of the Metropolitan Police Department. Thank you.
That boy gonna get the death penalty.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff Carroll. I'm the Executive Assistant Chief here at the Metropolitan Police Department. At approximately 2:15 this afternoon, members of the DC National Guard were on high visibility patrols in the area of 17th and High Street Northwest when a suspect came around the corner, raised his arm with a firearm, and discharged at the National Guard members. The National Guard members, there were other members that were in the area. They were able to, after some back and forth, able to subdue the individual and bring him into custody. Within moments, members of law enforcement in the area were also able to assist and bring that individual into custody. At this time, as the director mentioned, the National Guard members are being treated at a local hospital. DC Fire and EMS responded to the scene to provide first aid for those individuals and transport them to a local hospital. The suspect in this case was also transported for treatment at a local hospital. Mayor?
I'm Muriel Bowser. I'm the mayor of Washington, D.C., and I too want to send my thoughts and prayers to the families of the guardsmen and to the guardsmen who are in critical condition in a local hospital. I am joined by members and leadership from the D.C. National Guard, from the West Virginia National Guard, United States Secret Service, Deputy Mayor Pia, Fire Chief Donnelly, and Metro's General Manager Randy Clark, and we join with the FBI Director in ensuring that MPD investigates, the U.S. Attorney prosecutes this case to the fullest extent of the law. I've had the opportunity to brief U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, who was speaking to the president when I called, as well as the United States Attorney Pirro, who assured me that this case will have her office's complete attention.
Mayor, was there any other suspect?
Chief.
Sure. So no, at this time, there was no indication there was any other suspect. The one suspect that was involved in this incident, they were shot during the interaction, and they were transported to the hospital for treatment.
Mayor, does this validate the need for the National Guard to
What we know, Andrea, is that this is a targeted shooting. One individual who appeared to target these guardsmen, that individual has been taken into custody.
Now, can you give us any more details on the condition of the two National Guards and whether or not anyone else was injured? And a quick question follow-up for the FBI Director. You said that we'll make sure we find the perpetrators for this act. So just to clarify, the person believed to be responsible is in custody and there are no other suspects. Sure, so I can start out. Again, Chief Carroll from MPD. So both the individuals, the guard members, they are in critical condition at a local hospital at this time being treated. At this point, we have no other suspects. We have reviewed video from the area. It appears, like I said, to be a lone gunman that raised the firearm and ambushed these members of the National Guard. And he was quickly taken into custody by other National Guard members and law enforcement members. Have you got any sense of motive? No, at this time, obviously, we're very in the preliminary stages of investigation. You know, there's a lot of things, a lot of agents that are here from various federal agencies, law enforcement agencies. We have the full power of the FBI and our federal partners here, the task force. So we're looking at all those different aspects, but we don't have any motive. The National Guardsmen that were shot, I'm told they were armed.
Did they get all shot?
At this time, as part of the preliminary investigation.
We know how the suspect was apprehended.
Chief.
Sure. So how the suspect was apprehended, as I said, the individual, the suspect came around the corner. He immediately started firing a firearm at the two National Guard members. So at the time, there were other National Guard members that were in the area. They heard the gunfire. They actually were able to intervene and to kind of hold down the suspect after he had been shot on the ground until law enforcement got there within moments.
And he was shot by a National Guardsman.
At this point, we're still investigating exactly who shot the individual. It's not clear at this time.
Were there DC policemen in the area?
We don't know what kind of weapon. There was DC police. It happened right in front of the Metro, although there is no indication that the perpetrator was on the Metro. So there's Metro Transit Police in the area, and obviously being on 17th Street by the White House, Uniform Division Secret Service from the immediate area as well.
What kind of weapon the alleged perpetrator used?
We do not know this time. Still under
We're gonna
investigation.
be able to take a couple more.
Have you been able to question the suspect, or is his condition so severe that you haven't been able to have a conversation?
Sure. Again, so as I said, we're very preliminary in the investigation, so we're looking into all aspects of who the individual is, his connections. At this time, he's still in the hospital receiving treatment.
And I would just like, hang on, I would just like to add, the reason that this suspect is in custody is because of the bravery of the men and women of the National Guard who responded due to their extensive training to secure American lives today. There was not any further injury and any further shooting. We should highlight the fact that the men and women of law enforcement, the interagency, the Department of War, and the National Guard executed their training with great precision today and prevented an even greater tragedy from befalling us. These National Guardsmen are heroes, and we must pray for their safety and their speedy recovery. And as the chief said, we're in the preliminary stages of this investigation. We will run down every single lead, every piece of evidence. This is the power of the U.S. government at its best at the state, local, and federal level. That is why this interagency group is standing behind us to assure America and the world that we will continue to keep D.C. safe. And thankfully, we have Metropolitan Police Department, the National Guardsmen, and federal agents, and the Department of Justice and the Attorney General willing to prosecute the mission to keep Americans safe. And President Trump has rightly stated that this heinous act will be investigated, and he has thanked the National Guardsmen and women and the men and women of law enforcement.
Did the suspect say anything at the time? Why did the West Virginia governor say that they did? Chief, was anyone else shot?
Have the families been notified?
General, what about that?
Well, he's washed up. He's washed up, bro. What would possess an idiot? What would possess somebody to come around the corner shooting at the National Guard like you're gonna get away? Like one man, they're gonna gun you down. And you know, it's some news reporting that the guards are deceased, and I pray that those guards are not deceased, because at the end of the day, so what I gotta tell to every street guy, everybody that's into whatever you into in the underground world, the National Guard, the Army, the Air Force, the goddamn ambulance, the fire department, bro, they don't have nothing to do with the police. They don't have nothing to do with the police, bro. They don't have nothing to do with MTA, police, FBI, DEA, ATF, none of county. They don't have nothing to do with the police department, bro. You know what I mean? They here to protect the country, bro. So just going around shooting them dudes, they getting a regular paycheck just like anybody else, bro. Dang, I ain't gonna lie. I can't agree with somebody killing the National Guards. We are American, whether we don't like it here or not. But the National Guards, bro, didn't come, and they ain't coming in these cities to really hurt American people, bro. They coming to really protect the people from the people. So I just don't think, man, whatever that was, man, that it had, you know, there's no pictures of the suspect. That'll drop with your morning paper. But I'm gonna say this: I pray that it wasn't a black man that did no shit like that. I just do. I don't think a black man would do no shit like that, because in the black man's eyes, we know good and goddamn well that's a suicide mission. That's like going in the police station thinking you're gonna make it out alive. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. So that had to be somebody from somewhere else that did that, bro. But I say that's a cowardly act, man. That's a person that fight for our country, bro, that will protect our land, bro, if we get invaded. So I think that was a cowardly act from the bottom of my heart. I don't like nothing about it. You know, I don't like nothing about it. And I would like to dig into crates and truly find out who it was. Like I really would, bro. I don't like nothing about it. I think it was phony. I think it was a cowardly act, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't really respect that, bro, because I tell people this all the time. The Army and certain people are not The FBI, they not into that, bro. They just in here to do their job. I went to the NBA YoungBoy show out in DC, and them people was out there. They wasn't harassing nobody. They wasn't disrespecting nobody. They wasn't telling people to move. They wasn't aggressive at all. They wasn't aggressive at all. They was just chilling on their post. I'm not even lying to you. This is what I seen with my own 2 eyes. I don't know how it is when they went through the project. You go through the projects, it's different combat. But from my understanding, the National Guards was just there to see the FBI and the police running the hoods. But that was soft. I'll respect that. I'll respect that. I'll respect that. What else we got on the chop block? We're gonna get through some shit that we get to some top, but I really heard about that. Chicken P, rapper Chicken P indicted. Rapper Chicken P is indicted. And I gotta hear this. Everybody's dropping it, and the news didn't give us a flash yet. The news didn't hit us yet with a report like the National Guards. Because before I shout out to all the content creators, the millions of content creators, big platforms, small platforms. I know you guys dig in the crates and y'all do y'all work. And shout out to y'all because y'all do y'all work, it helped me do my work. I'm not even gonna lie. You super journalists that be doing all this mega research. Shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Only mega research I'm doing is Black history, law, and goddamn music. You know, shit I'm interested. I'm not getting that deep into nobody's business. That's just not what RDP into. That's not what I do. That's not what I'm never going to do. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm on the podcast. I call you when I get off. Check it out. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is with me, man. You know. I'm gonna be honest. I could call my cousin. That's my right hand man. My cousin. He's a supporter. I gotta tell him, send him the link, because he would never look at it. You know what I mean? But hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button. So Chicken P, you know, is Chicken P and some shit that, you know, we don't understand. But you know, yeah, Spaz right here. He say he'll feel like it's true. And one thing about us on Raw Dope Podcast, right? We don't hit y'all with stuff that we don't. We said he's been charged and indicted in this, but I'm gonna tell my nephew something right now. It's just men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But it's certain things that your name shouldn't pop up in. And certain things your name shouldn't pop up in when you're a big guy. And just hearing the little rumors of the cases about a trick ain't getting paid. Like if you got $50,000, $40,000 in your pocket and you know what I'm saying, you have a good time, you spending some money on it. Like, why not get them people their money and go ahead and you're a big name celebrity? You understand what I'm saying? They might not do that to you if you're a certain type of person, but if you just a rich person and they know you got money, all they thinking is you gonna pay. Like you really gonna pay because you got the money to pay. There's no reason for you to play games, and you play games. I tell people that all the time. So now, to the most $500, $500 or $200, $300, or even $1,000 is not gonna be worth the money you gonna pay in court to beat this. From the bails to the lawyer, and from my understanding, he already got 6 years. You know what I mean? Chicken P he already got a bunch of shit going on, and this is like some old shit. And they saying this is old girl. This could be false as an allegation. It's allegedly, but we're gonna get into it. Let's go. So we can talk more about it. There's some guy that did the whole goddamn research
in Milwaukee for the other case. So he had already knew about this case. Just make it make sense for me.
Okay.
If you got indicted in April, but then you get sentenced on a separate other case, he was already aware of these charges.
Dang.
The only thing with Chicken P with this case is I don't know how a bond will go on an indictment. I don't know if he would be able to get a bond on an indictment. But at the end of the day, I feel like Chicken P, man, you just take a loss after loss after loss. And I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt when I started reading some of these charges, because if he would have got one charge, I'd be like, you know what? I know how it is when you get money. You got multiple women. Some of them can't handle that lifestyle. Some of them can. Some of them going to lie. Some of them going to tell the truth. But, bro, you got multiple counts involving heinous activities involving women, man. You know, so I can't even say, dude, I wish you the best, man, because I just don't understand how y'all rappers and celebrities got all of this money And we live in 2025 where these women would do anything for a Birkin
Yeah.
bag, you know what I'm saying? They do anything for a Coach purse, a Chanel bag, anything. Y'all rappers, like, I just don't get how y'all be involved in situations like this. These women is thirsty out here. You know what I'm saying? You know what these women would do for $500, $1,200, $1,000? You know what I'm saying? Chicken P, you'll walk around with 40, 50,000 in jewelry, but you telling me you can't pay a woman?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that just goes to show you, man, a lot of these women, they still looking at y'all rappers like y'all ugly. You know what I'm saying? That money don't make you look better than what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you was ugly when you was broke, bro, you're still ugly now. You just got a better car, a better chain, a better watch, but bro, you're still ugly. You know, some of these women, man, they ain't going for it. But as we can see, man, it ain't looking too good for your boy Chicken P. You know, so for everybody that still think that he locked up for the situation in Milwaukee, I don't think so no more. Because this from the inmate insert is showing that he's in Ohio custody right now. So what I'm thinking is that 3 and 3 that he got, 3 years in prison, 3 years on house arrest or probation, however it's supposed to go. I believe from time served, from him being on previously house arrest, and then the little time he did in jail, I think that case might be over with. Besides the probation or any other extra stuff, I'm pretty sure he got fines and restitution and court costs and all of that stuff. Got to talk to the kids and kiss the babies. I'm pretty sure they're going to have him doing that. But for this new case in Ohio, I don't know if he's going to get a bond or not. I'm really not no lawyer when it comes to indictments.
That boy got a lot of them,
if they do
a lot of
offer
them,
him a
the
bond, I'm
bait
pretty
and egg
sure he
charges.
got the money to afford it. But a lot of his female fans going to look at him crazy. But the only reason why I don't feel like he's going to really lose a lot with his fan base, a lot of his fan base is trapping, getting money, hustling in the streets. Like they might not even care about this situation. It's sad as ever that I just said that, but that's really true. You know, he don't have them type of fans that I think is gonna turn their back on him. I think if he came out today and dropped some music, I think people would still rock with him. And that's crazy as ever, man. But that's how the world go, man. When you got them type of fans, he don't have the female, real female fans and kids and all of that. He got straight street dudes, hustlers, pimps, players, getting to it. So I don't really think they're gonna really care. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Peace, positivity, network, bro. Let's say these kids, it ain't never too late. But your boy Chicken P, man, that boy looking like a cat burglar, man. It is crazy as ever. With all that money, that dude walking around 50, 60,000 in jury, and you around here being a cat burglar. Ain't no way possible. But that goes to show you, boy, if you was ugly before the money, you're ugly now.
Looking to stay.
Damn, Chicken P. Chicken P went crazy, man. Chicken P went crazy, man. Chicken P was crazy.
That it could be false.
I mean, they saying this could be false, but fuck that. I don't want to.
First charge that he was indicted for, they got it 3 years and 3 years probation. That was drugs and a gun charge. And he's set to be released in 2028 September.
2020 what?
2028 September for the drug.
Oh yeah, he got 3 years. Okay. I mean, that's like saying the whole 3 years. You know, when you get locked up and they put your time on the news, they don't calculate your good times. I'm quite sure 3 years, probably do a year. You know what I mean? If that, you know what I'm saying? He probably get early parole. I'm thinking he might do 9 months, go up for parole because it's drug charge, so it's not a violent. But that shit in Ohio, that shit different. You know, Chicken P might be in a lot of trouble in Ohio. Like I said, rumors have said that it's supposed to be his girlfriend. So if it's his girlfriend and she playing games like that, I'm quite sure that the court system will get it taken care of. You know what I mean? Why you delete that one? What it said? Oh yeah, that ain't tripping. You know what I mean? While like my salam, you all for work now, man. You all for work, man. Safi in the building, my brother Saf. I can't Safi. The people said that the audience said that you owe another episode because they didn't like that. You got on Monday. You called me, do it, but you know your days to hang out is now. Now we could jump on now because I know you don't work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Now, but you whenever you want to do content, you call me, man, Saturday after you get off and say, bro, I'm getting off, I'm taking a shower, I'm hollering at wifey, I'm seeing what she doing, give her a little minute, and we on, man. I'm gonna get her to set my thing up, have me a couple of joints rolled up, couple brewskis, and I'm ready to build. Cause man, you started turning it into, I was just turning the episode into open topics, but you was getting all the topics, and I really wanted your opinion on that. So we gotta get back. Right. So what I'm saying is you a content creator today? Because this is a double hit tonight, man. Spaz Ben said we going 8. We going 8. You know what I'm saying? Today we going 8 YouTube. So when we click off this, we going in back in at 12. Like, we really going in. We gonna get a bottle. We going in tonight. And tonight I ain't even be sitting in the chair. Tonight we gonna give y'all a different angle tonight. Like we just gonna grind it out and stick to the source, man. If you just look, yeah, listen. You gotta, hit that, share this live for me, man, because for some reason, listen, right, just not to get off Chicken P topic, but I did 46,000 views, bro. No plan, no games. I don't know how in the world that I didn't get at least 100 new subscribers. I think I got, 17 or something like that. And I'm blessed. Shout out to the 17 people that subscribe. But then YouTube, I get back on YouTube, and it just dropped like, yo, come on, your thumbnail ain't got that much power. It does, but I mean, God, like after that, I feel like people just been like, yo, we gonna go back to raw dope, but it just went down, 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 down. But that's the way it goes on YouTube. So if you're looking at this now, man, screenshot this live, yo, share it on your YouTube. It's called post. Just copy, paste the link, and post it for me, man. Because what I'm gonna start doing is, Spaz said, we dropping a video tomorrow on Thanksgiving. That's crazy. So while the Thanksgiving parade going on, dropping a video, get to know me, just a whole new joint. You feel me? We might have to do get to know me on Black Friday. What you say? Yeah. So we're gonna do it. You want to do it tonight or we want to drop tomorrow Black Friday? We gonna do Thanksgiving, doing Thanksgiving, Black Friday. What we doing? We gonna get to know me on Black Friday, and then I guess we gonna get back in the recording. But I know some of the people say they want to see me in the streets more. They like the hood vlogs when I'm outside. Definitely gonna give you them winter wars, them winter vlogs, like really how niggas keep me warm in the streets. And I believe I could do it. But let's get back to it. So Chicken P, he's arrested now. He's serving like a 3-year probation, 3-year jail time sentence. But he's Ohio grabbed him and indicted him on some wild shit. Like that shit is super wild. But I think and they said this is his girlfriend. So like, I don't know. This thing is gonna play out. And when it plays out, it'll be good. It'll be good. Like it ain't a joke. It ain't a joke. So what happened? Oh, that my man G on. What happened? You know what I mean? But we get back to it. So one thing that was devastating to me and to everybody, Clark Atlanta student. Man, so this thing, it was somebody's daughter. And I know some people ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna be 100 with you. Let's listen to this before we get into it. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna tell you what the situation was, what I saw. It's my own opinion, dog. It's my own opinion, so I don't have to really care to know, you know.
Student and was not given bond. And this evening.
Oh, yeah.
Outrage is spreading across social media tonight after an attack on a Clark Atlanta University student at a shuttle stop was caught on camera. The victim sharing her story on TikTok, and it has now gone viral. 11 Alive's Danielle Nottingham live for us from Atlanta Police Headquarters tonight with the latest on the suspect in the attack. And Danielle, we are learning that he's still in custody right now.
Yes, he is, Jennifer, and the suspect is a 21-year-old Morehouse College student and was not given bond. And this evening, he's waiting for his next court date.
Hello, my name is Caleb Bryant, and
I was just attacked outside of my building in Atlanta. I go to Clark Atlanta University.
Kayla Bryant says she's the one in this TikTok video being attacked by a Morehouse College student outside the Legacy at Centennial Apartments last Thursday.
I couldn't breathe and I was kicking off the walls and stuff to try to gain some sort of like balance. And he's telling me he's going to kill me.
Police say the young man she's referring to is 21-year-old Matthew Gonzalez Forrestine. He's charged with aggravated assault and terrorist threats and acts. Bryant said he stepped on her foot as they were getting off a shuttle bus and she demanded an apology. She says when Forrestine refused, he and his girlfriend started attacking her.
She mushes me on my face.
As you can see in the video, bystanders, including the shuttle bus driver, helped break up the attack. The video instantly went viral with millions of views. Morehouse College's president called the behavior inconsistent with its values and released a statement saying, whether physical, verbal, or written, violence or threats of violence have no place in the Morehouse community, particularly violence against women. As the word of the video spread around the AUC, some students were in shock that it could happen in such a tight-knit community.
It was disappointing, to say the most, just seeing like a male doing things like that still in 2025.
Clark Atlanta's public safety department is working with Bryant and her family, and the university says that it condemns violence against anyone, especially women. And tonight, Forrestine's next court date is scheduled for December 16th. Live in downtown Atlanta, Danielle Nottingham, 11 Alive News.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much for staying on top of this. I had some people send me this video over the weekend, so a lot of folks following this case, and we will be staying on top of it for you, bringing you the latest as it develops.
Yeah.
The online flexible MBA program.
Tight. So, guy steps on the girl's shoes. She asks him to apologize. He doesn't apologize. The two young ladies get to fight, and he intervenes. The sad part about this, these are all young students of color. Morehouse is a great college. Clark Atlanta is a great college. From my understanding, I've been in that situation, I've been in a school situation. You know, Morehouse and Spelman has their nose in the air at Clark. You know, Clark is the school where, you know, young kids go, you know, male and female. Morehouse and Spelman. Spelman is all girls. Morehouse is all guys, but they all under HBCU, historical black colleges. A lot of great people, a lot of great men and women graduated for all three of those colleges. Downtown, Spaz used to live right there. You know, I actually was there, hung out in there with Spaz. We didn't stay the night in there. We took showers and shit in there. It's a cool place. Wow. He killed his college career. He's put out of school. The girlfriend, I don't know what type of sanctions, but she's probably going to get put out of school too. But in Atlanta's probably going to charge her too. The terrorist threats or something, I don't know what he said for him to get that charge. Second degree, third degree assault, yes indeed. You should never put your hands on a woman. You know, it shouldn't have went that far over stepping on the shoes. Maybe it was the that led from the ongoing rivalry that these students looked down at Clark. So maybe it was a Spelman student. They would have been like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? So do we think that way that our youth are getting ignorant too? I don't know what a terrorist thing coming at. You know, I just feel like, and to hold them without bail, I think is cruel and unusual punishment. It's a 21-year-old kid. He's a college student. I mean, you know, send him back home to his, you know, mom and dad. I know what some people are going to say, he's a grown man. Yes, but he's a grown man in college. And college students at 21 year old don't have the mindset of a student that just get out of school and just choose to work. It's two type of, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's two type of individuals. So he's going to get kicked out of school. I think that's more devastating enough. The arrest, the charges against him, I think that's enough. But to hold him confined in jail without a bond. Maybe to the 16th is cool, but I think that overall they should give him a bail. You know what I'm saying? These were kids that got in an altercation. The altercation was wrong. He has to live with that reality. What he did is wrong, and he has to face those consequences of what he did was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that it was some men there to intervene before it ended up into attempted murder, or it could have ended choking somebody, could end up in a murder, but it was stopped. And I hope them kids could come to a common ground. But that girl can sue, the shadow. You could sue the average. There's a lot of things that go into play. I know Clark's giving her counseling. It's Thanksgiving, so I'm quite sure she's going home. And I don't know. If she's living in that building, she's not a freshman. I can assure you they're on their third or fourth year of college. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they will be just like, your first 2 years in college, you pretty much on campus or close. So I think that's an off campus and there's a little distance from Clark. You know what I mean? You could walk, but it's a hell of a walk. But I think overall that they're like high grades, 21-year-old, that's like your third year in college. So I think they more like juniors or seniors. But I think Shorty gonna pay the price for what he did, but I don't think you should have held him without bail. You know what I mean? I don't think the holding him without bail, I think it's just cruel and unusual punishment.
I ain't gonna lie,
Hey, grab a bite.
I ain't gonna lie. I think what they did is cool. I think on the 16th when he go to his court hearing, I think they should let him see Christmas. I feel like that 3 weeks in Fulton County, and he gotta come home, face them charges soon,
Mm-hmm.
and he out of college. I think that's enough for him. Like he gonna learn his lesson in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I definitely think once his next court date, they should let him see
Yeah.
home. Depending on his record, I'm sure it ain't really that bad.
He probably don't have a record. He probably never been arrested in his life. I'm quite sure.
Yeah, so he should definitely.
Yeah. But
he probably
for a charge like that, I don't know how it is in Georgia, but here in Maryland, for a charge like that, and a kid like that, I don't think that he's a danger to society. That's what bail's about. Saying he's a danger to society. I don't think he's a danger to society or a danger to her. I don't. I think this was an event where, a little attitude dude, showing off for his girlfriend. His girlfriend was fighting, and he got involved, which he shouldn't have did. If anything, he should have broke it up and pushed her and said, "Get off my girlfriend." Anything but doing it. But 3 weeks in jail, for someone that didn't grow up and didn't grow up getting in trouble, could be a real life changing experience, and it could be you could learn your lesson, or you could learn your lesson with other lessons that could mentally fuck you up. I don't think at 21 years old you shouldn't have a second chance, especially when you're doing the right thing. You're in school, you're trying to do something with your life. Just 3 weeks in jail for a kid, you know what I mean? To me, it's dudes out here to do more worse things out here to get a opportunity for a bond, but just to put him in that environment, maybe put the ankle monitor on him, send him to his parents, you know what I mean? And I'm not stopping the fact that he's 21 years old. He's a grown man, but I think there's a difference from that type of 21-year-old and a faster growing up 21-year-old. This is not it. You know what I'm saying? This is his worst nightmare. You get what I'm saying? Even just probably getting arrested in a whole arrested situation. You've been through that process. Just some petty shit. But that whole process could fuck a nigga up that ain't never been through that. Because that process ain't nothing sweet. You get what I'm saying? You hit reality quick. Like as soon as they put the handcuffs on you, start moving around the police cars, you realize that you are controlled by somebody else. You realize your freedom has been taken. You know what I mean? And that's a lot on somebody that freedom has never been taken. So I think, some people, their parents probably want the worst for me. I'm just a person that been to jail and say, yo, he could kill himself in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? He could be assaulted in 3 weeks. He could be, it's all on the news. So somebody's going to try him, and that beating could lead with brain damage. That could lead with a stab wound. You know what I mean? You could get really fucked up. And I don't think that, he deserves an ass whipping. I'm not going to lie. From a family member, a big brother, a little big cousin or something, he deserves that all the way. But what jail has for him, I don't think I don't think he deserved it. Even if that was my daughter right there, I slapped the shit out of him. But other than that, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't wish it. Should he get some consequences? Yes. If he went to court and they gave him like 3 weeks of jail, then cool. You know what I mean? But just like the bail system, I feel like that right there is just like painting the wrong image. At the end of the day, it was just a fight. No weapons was involved. You know what I mean? Like, it was a fight. Kids get into fights. That's not the first time you've been to college. It's not the first time you've seen a little guy and girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It happens. It just, thank God that it was some men there to stop it, and it got stopped. And you know what I'm saying? And she was talking. I seen the interview with her with no shade. She's a victim in this, and she deserved all the everything that comes to a victim that been brutalized like this, right? But I didn't see her like hurt in the sense where she needed a neck brace and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, when you think of a no bail, you got to look at all circumstances. You get what I'm saying? She's on TikTok, bro. You can't be that hurt. You hurt and that bad, you're going to go to the hospital. Same thing a good lawyer going to argue. He's absolutely wrong for what he did. And he's got to pay for what he did. You make a bed, you lay in it. He's going to lay in that bed because Fulton County ain't no motherfucking joke. Atlanta ain't no joke, especially with shit like that. So, with that being said, he's got to face his charges. He'll end up with probation, counseling, and shit like that. But these 3 weeks to December the 16th is going to be a hard motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I just hope that, people come. I hope his grades were good. Like, I don't think he's the worstest kid. I don't. But I also see that, Morehouse ain't tolerating that. And like you said, he done lost everything. So that's fuck. They'll kick me 3 times. He done lost everything. What more can he do? For nothing. Oh, some fucking not saying excuse me to a lady. You know what I mean?
Say fuck it, kept walking.
Yeah, kept walking. Like,
went
but
with his girl, bro. Chill. It's that simple.
Yeah, that's a fact. The truth. He should have kept walking. That's what I would have did, girl. Don't get the fuck out my face. But I think he probably did keep walking. It's just that his girlfriend stepped out. Like, don't say nothing to my boy. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was just like he said. Like, I believe the girlfriend started it, and it egged on, and the girl that got choked was on top of the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So at any given, if dude's gonna say 1,000 times in the comments, a girl getting the best of my girl, I'm gonna help her, or I'm at least pull her off of her. So let's not be. If I am the first person to say it, who cares? I say a lot of things, but what I'm saying is this is one of the things that let's not act like if you don't see your girl getting trashed, you're not gonna intervene. You know what I'm saying? Same way if your girl see you getting trashed, let's not act like they're not gonna intervene. That's what we're not gonna act like. But that situation shouldn't have led to that situation. And you make your bed and you lay in it, and he deserves consequences for his actions. I'm just saying the no bail shit is kind of harsh. They just gave Casino. I heard they gave Casino a bail for 21 bricks of fit. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. Like, Fulton County, y'all got to do better. You know what I mean? But the ass whipping he deserves. Maybe he get on cameras and one of the dudes bust him up real good. He deserves. You know what I mean? And then the other men that was there, none of them punched him, and none of them they broke it up, but none of them kind of like did him dirty. So it's like, how much damage was he really causing? Because it's a bus driver right there. None of them really I think if he was right in Atlanta's a good Samaritan place. So I think he was like trying to, you know what I'm saying? They felt like he was really trying to. Yeah, I think one of them would have threw a punch and would have jumped him. You know what I mean? At least I know that's how I would have went in Baltimore. You feel what I'm saying? It's different if a dude and this girl into it, but it's like, yo, all right, y'all, they was fighting, you grabbed her, now you choking her out, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? That's when, I feel like the men should intervene, but they did. They stopped them, got them off of them, and, she went to TikTok, and it's a viral thing. It's definitely a viral thing. It's definitely crazy too, man. Like that's crazy. Shorty got what he deserved. Let's not play like that. You know what I mean? He got what he deserved, and he got to sit in prison for 3 weeks. That's still what he deserved. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that I hope they give him a bail and he get through it, because I don't think that after this experience, I don't think that he'll ever do it again.
That's
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's what most of them people locked up for down Georgia, at least Fulton County,
For real?
domestic violence cases. So, and you could tell there's a lot of built up anger in them.
Yeah.
And this is anybody first time getting caught, more than likely not that first time doing something. So he probably had altercations with his girl, with other women. He obviously felt like it was comfortable, especially to do it in public in downtown Atlanta, right
Mhm.
then and there. It's like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I was saying earlier, in college, it's fights, it's arguments, it's shootings, it's all that. But on Clark campus, there's been multiple shootings. But in the past 3 to 4 years, there've been multiple shootings, fights, all that stuff. But most situations is solved with an argument or a walk away. Like a lot of these, it's rare that this stuff gonna happen. But you can see he had built up anger, and it's just like, it's terrible. He did something he was never supposed to do, and he faces
Absolutely.
consequences.
I agree 100%. He definitely did something that he wasn't supposed to do. It's definitely consequences, and those consequences are huge that he's facing.
Because, like you said, he in the legacy at Centennial, so well his girl is, so, and they said he's 21, so he more than likely a junior or senior.
Right.
So what that means is he was close as hell to getting his degree from
Yep.
Morehouse College, one of the most prestigious colleges.
Black colleges.
Colleges, period. One of the most prestigious colleges, period, in the world. So it's crazy.
And he definitely is a bad representation of that. He definitely embarrassed Morehouse, his parents. Like, he embarrassed every fucking body with this. And when he gets to his dad on them, I know one of them won't really like handle him, like, because this is just like, yo, this is the ultimate like idiotic shit you can possibly do. Stepped on a girl's shoes, bro. Just say, excuse me, like, bro, what's wrong with that, bro? That's the easiest 1, 2, 3. You feel me? Like, that's just what it is. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, he choked out because she was his girlfriend was getting up off the ground. This is gonna be a weird case when they get all in court. It all, like I said, we're getting different angles, but like what occurred? Like, did she throw the, like, it's all in a yeah, like it's gonna be a big, it's not like that thug and a bunch of shit that's going on down there, but this is a big case in
I
that
feel like he
college
gonna
community.
take his first offender though, or I don't feel like it's gonna even get that far. He gonna cop out fast. I know he is. He gonna put the pressure on him, and he already is treating him, doing him dirty out the top. So I know he gonna take the first thing they offer. Because they gonna give him the 6 to 9, whatever they give him, how many months probation. They gonna give him that. They're going to give him that for sure. If it's his first time, second, third, whatever, they're going to give him that, especially out the first offender. So he going to take. I feel like, like, that's crazy. I would, because it's like I don't think it's a chance. I don't know. I don't think it's a chance. But you never know people's family, how much people can afford on a lawyer, whatever the case may be. Even then, I don't know, bro. You might gotta take the probation and stop smoking, doing whatever drug habits, whatever, get put in whatever programs they put.
Yeah, he was acting like he ain't no weed.
They probably gonna put him in. They probably gonna put him in the adult diversion program, because the adult diversion program is also for anger management and domestic violence and situations like that. So
shout out to Candy Cane for the gifts.
yes,
100 gifts. So you showing off. Let me see you go to 1,000 then.
100, high five.
Yeah, high five. Now keep going. Show it. You always talk there. Show me. You can run it up. Put something in that cash thing. Get that thing in that cash thing. Ain't no cash over there. Give me some money. These weirdos. I was just looking at, if y'all know what I was looking at a movie dude tied the dude to like the anchor. Tore him out the shit. Yo, tripping.
Yeah, a lot of good movies been dropping.
Yeah,
Say movies is back.
movies are. I haven't. The thing about the black girl owning the land, I wanted to go see that. True indeed. And I think I might take the kids this week, like after school, to like a movie or something. I think it's like a good day. But I don't know, man. I don't feel like it's a lot of good movies. I don't. I feel like it's been some great trailers out. The trailers could have you. That's what trailers are for. But what movies you think drop like far as black cinema?
Oh, black cinema, Sinners. It been a couple of things.
Sinners been a big
Sinners,
thing, right?
yeah, that was huge. Black ownership.
Who
That
wrote
was
Senator
big.
Tyler?
No, Sinners was written by I forgot his name. But he getting full ownership in his film. I think in 5 years. So he's a legend. He's a legend for what he did. But he worked closely with Michael B. Jordan to create it. Michael B. Jordan was the lead actor. It was just a deep film. That's all they was talking about in class, film classes. Just
Mhm.
how deep it was, and I was just so mad that I ain't see it at the time to
When y'all was
chime in.
studying it.
Yeah, it was just a lot of it was a lot of hidden messages and stuff like that. So yeah, Sinners was big. It been a couple of great films, but the thing is, it's just like how we was talking about earlier, with the music and stuff, man. It's just like what streaming and the internet has just shifted media, period. How we consume media, how media is put out and portrayed. So I feel like a lot of good films is dropping, and it ain't gonna be the ones that hit the theaters, bro. A lot of them good films are dropping on them streaming platforms, and it just sucks that we don't own. It just sucks that it's just multiple streaming platforms, whereas though you might not own all of them.
Mhm.
So it's some good ones on Amazon Prime, some good ones on Netflix, of course, some good ones on Hulu. It's just a lot of good stuff. And then also just television, just with streaming, it evened out movies and television because movies had that advantage with the movie theater, so you get that big boom, and then cinema period is more film is looked at as more prestigious than television period. If you're a director or a actor, you aspire to be in a film over a TV show, but it's just like um a lot of good shows is dropping, whereas though people are starting to choose watching good shows over good films. Exactly. And like Tay the Truth said, if you really want to know the rising filmmakers, if you really want to know the rising directors, if you really want to know the rising actors, you gotta hit the Sundance films. Look at the Sundance films and the film festivals and big film festivals. That's where the next big thing's at. Oh my god. Oh my god. The super chat. Insane super chat.
Insane super chat. Shout out to the super chats. They said facts, bro. Shout out to the super chat. Candy Cane. 40. 40. 40. I ain't no 1990. You won't put the 1999 up there. What? Double up. Show me you like that. You number one. They put you at number one. Yeah, like that. Let me get that hard up there. Love that. You know what I mean? We need to pin that. Where my pen at? We need to pin that beautiful. Why can't like, oh, all right, there, let me do it. Okay. Thank you so much. Super chat.
Oh gosh, shout out Candy Cane. Oh, Candy Cane. So it's a lot of hidden gems. It's a lot of hidden gems. As far as what I've been watching though, it's she said show us something. She wants you to turn it up on this live.
Man,
We've
listen.
been giving the content.
We giving you the content, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna turn up. It's you guys' favorite holiday. I'm gonna call it TG Eve. So me and Spaz decided that we gonna deal with the troll hours. Gonna relax, we're gonna roll up, we're gonna get in the troll hour, we're gonna get busy. We trying to see can we hit 50,000. Cause I did 46K in November. Like the stocks is high. but let's get to 100K. You know what I mean? Let's get to 100K. You know what I mean? I need something good to eat tonight. Like I would like tonight, even though the big day's tomorrow, tonight I would like to eat some lamb chops over the rice. Just some lamb chops over the rice. You know what I mean? Some onions, green peppers, stuff like that. That's what I'm in the mood for. I don't know what everybody's gonna have a bunch of stuff Thanksgiving. Me, Thanksgiving is like really a rough time. Lost my grandmother around Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving just don't be the time for me. But it's cool though, because my lady, she cooks meals and they go and they have fun. If I choose to go, I choose to go. If I don't, I don't. Usually I'll be on YouTube. I'll be on YouTube. You know what I mean? But I know I have some turkey wings tomorrow, some macaroni and cheese. Because I'm not gonna tell her to go crazy. I'm gonna say, do a little extra. Not a turkey, but we probably do a chicken, turkey wings. Oh man, it's so healthy. Macaroni and cheese. We probably do some potato salad. Gotta have the potato salad. Collard greens. You gotta have the collard greens. Little family, maybe some like dirty rice. Like I'll have stuff that just be nice and eat. She'll be done. She'll cook. She'll get up in the morning. She'll cook. She'll have everything done before 1 o'clock. I promise you, it'll be done. And then we'll eat, and then they'll probably go hang. I don't know. Let's see. But tonight, Candy Cane and Spaz and Safi will be locked in. I gotta be honest. What? Head coach Mike Thomas has decided to lead the Steelers after this season and become head coach of the Tennessee Titans. That's crazy. I don't believe that. Do you believe that? Pittsburgh coach Mike Tomlin leaving this season. Why do they make stuff up like this? Why do they make stuff up like this, man? Why do they make stuff up like this, bro? Like, I don't know. Why do they make stuff up like this? Why? Like, I think they extended Mike Tomlin comment. But that's the idiot of the day. Let's get into the news flash, man. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. Now this is crazy. The National Guard thing, man. I really don't want to get stuck. Squeegee workers keep operating ban zones. Leave the squeegee guys alone, man. Leave the squeegee guys alone. Please. Like the squeegee guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. The squeegee guys, they should have squeegee zones in Baltimore. If I was the mayor of Baltimore, I would say, listen, squeegee zones are the car washes. And then you'd be like, okay, car washes are washing cars. Why having squeegee zones? Because there were a lot of car washes to get these guys like the self-help car wash joints, the ones like Cold Spring Lane. That should be a squeegee zone. You know what I'm saying? I remember the Peachtree, like certain car wash areas where the mayor should invest in maybe 6 nice car wash areas with like a little security barricade there. Now the kids can, wash cars there and squeegee and make their money. And if any dumb shit there, you get banned from right there. But these kids don't want to go out here and just hustle and catch murders and robberies. And we seen that merge in juvenile crime when they was really hard on the squeegee boys. So I just think, no, everybody don't want people running up to their cars, but I feel like my grandma always tell me, you don't got nothing, so you can wave your hand and go ahead. You know, just like you can go to McDonald's and you can run across an ignorant worker. You know, the squeegee boys, you got some stupid ones and you got some respectful ones. It goes, you know, I don't know, man. Like, if people are robbing and killing, then it's a problem. If people trying to make some money, trying to hustle, it's a problem. Like, you know, what is a motherfucker to do? You know what I mean? Yeah, Candy Cane on the podcast tonight with us. I'm hooking mics up tonight. Candy Cane, you want to be on the podcast tonight with us? You know what I mean? You got to be on the podcast tonight with us. That's gonna be the dopest, coolest thing on earth. You're gonna be on the podcast tonight with us. We're gonna be cool. We're gonna be cool. We're gonna be cool. We're gonna be cool. That's it. We gotta go on the podcast tonight. We're gonna be cool. Is that it? Okay? If you want to be on the podcast tonight, what we want to do? I want to have. I don't know, man. It's Thanksgiving Eve, bro. I don't know. I want to have like a crazy conversation. Like, I want to get people in here, and then maybe once you get everything and log in and do all that, you may. Cause I want to just like scream. And there's a crazy part about it. I know we just like, you know, we dealing with digital again. And I know we're supposed to get like our own spot, but I want to do that. That's 100%. But I'm like, bro, we put their screen, full-fledged screen equipment in the domain in the headquarters, the safe house. That's what I'm gonna call the studio, the safe house. In the safe house, we allowed to make more because I told you, like, studio with digital is just strictly interviews. Like, all interviews. Like, we don't got to worry about that topic Tuesday. I could set up that bring to all in with us. But I just want to use in studio for studio and focus more on creating like what we do because I've been looking at, I ain't gonna say it on camera, but I've been looking at some things and I'm like, damn, we giving that. And like, we could do that, like 10-minute films. Or just different hot topics, you know, just different shit. You get what I'm saying? Just putting the uploads out there, like, because I can go live twice a day, every day. That's not the hard part. Now it's like the hard part is I said, you know, going to 2026, I literally want to put out 3 interviews. You know what I mean? 2 bangers and 2, you know what I mean, come ups. You know what I mean? Like once a week I do somebody that nobody never heard of. And then I'll focus on my 2 important interviews. So that's 12 a month. And then I'll kind of like want to put the Welcome to Baltimore out to get to know me. But to get to know me, now I grab the camera and do you to get to know, you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing that and building that up. Then I put that out there. Then I'm live almost every day, 2026. So it's like the more the channel building, but the uploads, like spacing the uploads up. Like we want to upload 3 interviews a week. Okay, now we gotta figure out. Now we need to upload a Welcome to Baltimore, and we need to upload a Get to Know Me. You know what I'm saying? That every week with different people. You know what I mean? Pulling up, fuck with different. You know what I'm saying? Artists or entrepreneurs or whatever, skateboarders, whatever. Just pushing the camera outside in the communities that we want to be. Because I look at it like people showing the hood, and that's cool. Some days we all come from the hood, but you know my brain is beyond the community. I want to show the community always. That's just a part of me, but also I want to show the other community, the film community, the boom bap community, the poetry community. You get what I'm saying? The fashion community, the dance community, the art community. You know what I'm saying? You know, my entrepreneur community, the investor community. You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know, take the walk on the Baltimore's to get to know me to, you know, a level of, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We just, it's the same way, you know, like Raw Dope do, like just straight getting people, you know, real people, cool, real people, you know, that's the motto and still want to do that. And also, you know, connecting some dots and fucking with some people, man. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button. Squeegee Boys Films or Dot will be go crazy. Yeah, man, that's what I might do, man. I might just straight pull up with the cameras and shit and then just rolling with the Squeegee Boys and see what it's like.
That'd be tough.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's just like we pulling up just to see y'all work, yo. You know, every little corner do about 30 minutes. They're just seeing how people interact with them on the camera and shit and get their point of view. You know what I'm saying? I would like that. True indeed, I would like that. You know, the Squeegee Boy, I would like that. for them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, remember it's a shout out to the squeegee boy that was a squeegee boy and created his own waters. So one squeegee kid, if you look at that, what was the joint we came out with? Oh man, wow. Well, yeah, we got a squeegee boy to do water, so and that's crazy because we just riding around and we just doing that, and it's like super dope, like that we really caught a nigga really grinding. And he's like, bro, I should be a squeegee boy. And I feel like I forgot what the waters. I meant to keep that water and keep that bottle.
Corner boys.
Corner boy waters. Yeah, that corner boy waters. He should have called it squeegee boy waters. That would have been crazy. Squeegee waters, you know what I mean? But I don't really knock the squeegee boys like they did. I was arguing in barbershops and stuff. You know, it's some people that hate. It's like 65% of the people tired of them in the city. So in 35%, it don't bother us, but 65% of the people, it bothers them. So, you know, the squeegee boys got in a lose-lose situation. But like I said, they should make points with it though, man. It ain't bad for them to clean your windows. Cause I know sometimes, bro, I need my shit clean. Like for real. Like people that think you never need your windows clean are crazy. Like sometimes you need your windows clean. Especially in the wintertime when that ice and shit hit. You know, but they ain't even gonna be out there. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm just a hustler that just don't knock another hustler. You know what I mean? I believe, you know, if you squeeze in, man, you can squeeze your way up to a hot dog stand. You can turn a hot dog stand into a restaurant. It's different things you can do. I'm just a person that just say, yo, it ain't if he did it, you could do it. If she did it, you could do it. Like it's not hard to do certain shit. And I just say, yo, everything come to a grinder. Just like only rest come to a sleeper. When you sleep, you get good rest. When you're a grinder, you get good success. It's just, you know what I mean? It just is no other way. You sleep, you get rest. If you grind, you get success. You know what I mean? It's just still the two S's. It's sleep, success. Which one you want, bro? And believe me, once a motherfucker get enough rest, they get the motivation to come out there and get some success. But I'm not sitting around waiting for it. But hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, man. We're going to tap back in with y'all in a couple hours, man. We running the numbers up. Hey, no fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Go into my bio, man. Buy a hoodie, buy a t-shirt, buy a cup, buy a sticker. Please, man, support the channel. Shout out to Candy Cane for putting $20 in there. That $20 is greatly appreciated. It'll go to a piece of equipment. It'll go to a hard drive. It will just add up. I save all donation money and I try to take the money, buy something to up the studio, buy something to make what I'm doing better, bro. So all the money and anything you donate to this channel, you will see it again, bro. All around the room with camera, you will see it again. Trust me, man. Please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. RDP, aka Raw Dope Podcast. I will be tapping back in the next couple hours. And I probably be saucy and be going crazy on the joint. Make sure y'all lock in. And I really kind of want to come back. It's 8:25, so I kind of want to come back in the 10 o'clock hour because I think that's like the hot spot. So, you know, probably catch us in there like from 10, I'm going to say 10:30 to maybe 2. You know, kind of go crazy, but I'm trying to aim from 10 to 10:45. So I will put the thumbnail up in maybe the next 30 minutes. So man, just hit that notification button and follow me on the Raw Dope Podcast on Instagram, Raw Dope Podcast everywhere. You see some pages, they like our old pages, but you will see the official pages. I think the official pages got like 5,000 subs on there, whatever. And I'm on my way to 10K, man. I don't know if I can bust 10K open before 20. I can. So we try and get 10K, man, before 2026. That's like, I think like 4,000 more people. So man, come on, man, get somebody to subscribe. Go grab your phone, go grab a kid phone, go grab somebody's phone. When you go out, if you fuck with me, you just go out and grab a phone. Yo, let me grab your phone. Yo, follow this joint. This is my man shit. This is my homeboy shit, man. Follow this shit, man. It's cool. You might want to check something out. Now I promise you, it's got to be something on my channel that like, but I might not got 10K, but I'm on my way to 800 pieces of content put out in the last 7 years. December the 7th will make 7 years that Raw Dope and put out there, almost 1 million views. And this is off the grind. That's what a real grind, that's what a real content creator look like. I don't know nothing about who blew up, who did this, man. I did it without a pen and a pad, and I do it with my small staff, which is my nephew, my man Kenny Faso. Shout out to Leader Genius and the whole Digital Empath. Shout out to Mike Mumbles, Uncle Sean. Shout out to the Spot Hookah Lounge. Shout out to what was that? That was out there. The other spot that we was recording in. Everybody, everywhere I ever recorded in, everybody that ever gave us an opportunity to work. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it, and we still grinding. So please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment.